Welcome people of the World Wide Webs. Anybody who's been following this channel and stuff knows that this, as the title would say, is the Mighty Ducks Year 1. So if you're new to the channel, I shall give you a little overview. So I started this channel in January and the plan was to find ways and innovative ways that I wanted to kind of share the collection, the collecting hobby with people, but I wanted to put a new spin on it. So I decided to go with the Mighty Ducks toy line. There is a toy line I was interested in picking up. I was happy to just have one figure or something, but I thought, well, no, let's see. I don't come across them very often. Let's go with it. So what I did is I did I count, so every time I'm looking for something online, I basically start a clock. And then I add all those minutes up, every single penny I spend on this. So this comes to basically, if I buy on eBay, that's the price it is. If I was to ever go to find one and buy one at like a toy fair or that, I would calculate how much fuel. So say if I bought 10 things at that toy fair, it was £10 to get in and it cost me say 20 quid of fuel. I would calculate that each item would cost me £2 of fuel. It would cost me £1 to get in, and then it would be the cost of the item. And then I would divide, say I got 10 items, I was there for like 2 hours, I would divide it by 10 and say like 12 minutes or something per item. That's kind of how I'm basically working on the premise of this. So yeah, so I wanted to do the Mighty Ducks toy line just because I wanted something different. You don't come across them very often, and I thought it'd be quite a challenge. So this is the whole point of this line. So we are going to go into basically year 1. So we are a year down. We are just over the halfway point of the figures. Obviously there are some still incomplete, so technically I may be under the halfway point. And I'm just going to kind of showcase. I'll move the camera around. I put a towel down. Apologies, it's going to probably be really bad quality. But we'll go over everything that I found and we'll see what has gone on. So here we are. I will go with the first figure here. So we have not Wild Wing, sorry. We have Nosedive, his brother. So he has a little gimmick that you wind up and then press his head, and there he goes. He does come with a hockey stick. You can see that this was a set I bought. Unfortunately, the backs of their t-shirts had started to fade. Obviously, it does come with skates, and again, there's a bit of fading there. Obviously, this is the hockey sticks that come with this set. If I can, sorry, the light is there. So this, they have their names on each of them. So this is Grin there. If it is picking it up, hang on. So sorry about that, did not have the light on it, so it's really hard to tell. So as you can see, this is Nosedive one, it has his name here. So this goes with him. I mean, it's a bit of a trying to figure out how you kind of pose their sticks, because as you will see, it kind of doesn't sit in there straight. I'm sure there is a way to kind of line it all up. But yeah, so basically I have him, he comes, this is Nosedive, obviously he has his hockey stick, and then he also comes with 2 little Mighty Ducks pucks. So that's 2 for him, and I'll put him there. So that's the first figure we have. So we'll go for a few more. So this is the second Nosedive figure I have. He does have a little gun that keeps falling off. Let me see if I can find it in my bits. Apologies. And he also has this little post. So the one thing I do notice, these aren't sticking on the greatest. So you pop them in there and they feel like they hold, but they do pop off. So maybe it needs. Now this was a brand new figure that I bought. When the case and I took it out, so this is the first kind of complete figure. It doesn't come with skates, even though he has the peg marks. Has pegs for his back, but again, doesn't come with anything. They're just the screw holes for him. There is his gun. So let's just put it on here. So yeah, so there you go. That's more or less 2 figures done. Next we have Wild Wing Net Launcher. Now I don't have any skates for him, but there is a set I want to get. I don't think this is the right ones for him. So there, so he has his little hockey stick that then opens up to a net. And then you see his face. Obviously, it's all kind of one, there isn't many accessories, I believe, for him apart from his skates. So, and he can have it in either hand. Then this is a bit of a random one. This is just a very quick one. So this is a knockoff. As you can tell, this is a knockoff of this guy. Because he is a knockoff, I don't really buy him, but I bought him as a one-off. So just a quick mention there. Let's go. Oh, so then we have the next figure. So Duke Larange, again, another sealed figure like I got is complete. He has this little gimmick here. So you would stick this like you did there. Then he can hang like so. So he's flying. So he has his sword, which separates, as you can kind of see there, and spins round. And then he is in really good condition. So a brand new figure. So got it. I think he was part of the spy team. So then we go on to Siege. So this is one of the villains. As you can see, mine has marks here, there, and everywhere. I mean, he was the first figure I bought. He's obviously been well played with, and he has his gimmick, his tail. He does have a boulder that goes on there that I don't have. So, I mean, if I can find a complete version or a better, I would happily upscale. And his head does come in and out like that. Obviously, all twisted. I say they are sturdy figures, and that they, you know, even though they do have marks, you can tell they're well played with, and they're still in quite good condition. Then we have Mallory, obviously one of the women of the team. The other lady didn't get a figure, unfortunately. This again was another sealed figure that I got complete. Her helmet is a pain in the backside to put on, and she has this little spinning feature. With her skates and all sealed and jets. So yeah, there we go. Then we have another nosedive figure, mostly complete. Doesn't have actually has the backpack. Obviously has a lot of accessories to go on there, which I don't own. So I look forward to trying to find them. I am eyeing a few accessory packs on eBay. So hopefully in the new year I might purchase them. Then we go on to another complete figure I got, another Duke Larange one. He has, oh no, this was second hand, but come complete. It's got a little squeeze tank there that you squeeze in water, and you can see there are a few marks on his gun or stick or cannon or whatever you'd want to call it. But for the most part, he's complete. Obviously comes with his skates. So, yeah, very good to have him in the collection. And then we have Grin. This is a character I ended up getting several of by mistake, and his missile drops out. So it's supposed to come with 2 of these, and mine only comes with 1. But I ain't gonna quibble about that. So let's click it into there. So he has his big, you know, he has a few marks, like one on his finger there. And what's snake run? But overall, a good figure. I've got most of the Grin figures. Then obviously we have Wild Wing. This is the ice hockey player, so there is a full wave where they're just in the ice hockey. Again, he comes from the wave like his brother that has the discoloration here, which is a shame. More or less comes complete. So this is one of the things. So he has his stick, and his stick has his name there. Now, obviously, we have his 2 pucks as well there. I have a surplus of these. And then what you don't notice on the packaging, that it seems that he comes with this figure. So it seems that all of the ice hockey players come with one of these, but they're different characters. So that's another thing I have to look forward to getting to. Quite easy to display because they sit on these stands and they can sit in the background. Because he is the goalie, he also comes with the net. Wild Wing does. So this would all come together, but you don't really see this on the figures, and this is something that I'm kind of figuring out as I go along. Apologies. Right, then we have Net Attack Wild Wing. So this took me a little while to get the parts for it. I got these in, I think, 3 different ways. I think I bought the figure. Then obviously you can see there is a little bit of dirt and a little bit of marking on there. But his action is basically put it down and that flings the net out. He comes with his glow-in-the-dark face helmet and his shield. Now he has 2, so this is the other one that keeps falling off. You'll see there's a little peg here where my thumb is, and then that basically slots into there. I say, like the things, they attach, but then they do come off. I don't think he has any weapons with him as far as I'm aware. So there's that, and as you see, because I was picking them up, I have spares. So there is that, and obviously a spare net launcher and a spare one of his armors. So looking forward to using those to trade up. Then these are Nosedive's pucks I forgot to include, so I have 6 of these. Then we have, I think it's like Street Action Grin, mostly complete. I mean, the picture seems to conflict. It sometimes shows 1, it sometimes shows 2 of these, so I'm not quite sure if he comes with 2. Now he's meant to come with wings. I say the accessory pack that I'm looking at has them in, but apart from that, he is complete. A bit by a little bit of scratches and stuff, but the rest of him is all in fairly good nick. I mean, I could probably go over and clean a lot of these up. I haven't wanted to clean or adjust them too much because I don't want to damage them. You never know, as they're 90, you know, almost 30 years old figures. But obviously the face mask comes off and he has the little glasses on there, so he has a lot of the little bits. Like as I say, I've got a lot of the Grin figures, and this is the last Grin figure. So this was in a different lot. I have another one of these, but with the coloured background. So this guy doesn't. He does have a bit markings on the arm. His feature is still there as we do it. I'll say it's really hard to try and figure out how he's there. His skates and that are all intact. So really good to have him from this line. There are, I think, there's the bad guys and stuff, and he has a little like slam action like that, like they did back in the day with the muscle ones. And then the final figure I have, this is the bad guy minion. You can see there. So he is complete with the weapon. This was the first or second figure I got besides Siege. So he has his locking jaw, and then you pop his little head down. So you do that, and it does that. He has his working kind of tendrils or tentacles, if you would. I mean, as you can see, he looks a bit discoloured, but in pictures I've seen, they all seem to kind of discolour around here. I think it might be the plastic that they've used that discolours over time. We do see that sometimes, obviously, and it is a bit, you can move these up and down, but they are, again, stiff, so I have to be very careful. This one was quite a lot of money. I think it's like in the 40s, but still, I'd like to get a few of these as I drop his weapon on the floor, with Draganis and that we shall see. And then the final one I have is one vehicle. So it came with some pucks, so you'll see there, and then they could be launched out through the eyes there. Now, what I didn't realise is that these aren't solid. There is a pipe which should come down, so that is complete. And then also there are feathers that sit here. As far as I'm aware, once I have those, this is complete. So I may look to get a second one. There is a limited edition version of this, but yeah, so that is everything. Almost everything I say. And then I have the accessory pack for Streetwalker Nosedive. So he has these extendable legs. As I drop everything, apologies. There, so then he connects his feet into them, and then he has kind of these booties that go over his boot. Now, as I said, I am working on this set, and it's really hard to find references. So a good reference I have is, as I bought fairly new ones, I've kept these. So I have 4, but I only really need 2 because 2 of them only show 2 of the waves. So obviously this was the Mallory spin attack version that I got. So good to have her. Obviously there is Siege, and he has his boulder there that we still need to get. It has the 2 vehicles, so as you can see, even though the steering wheel doesn't show a hose one out, but it shows the feather. I've seen other pictures that conflict that, so I have to find it out. Net Attack Wildwing, I do have him all the complete, so that's good. I've seen you can get him, there's quite a few ones there. And there you go, there's my Grin, but he's missing the 2 wings, which I hopefully get. And I've not got Triple Sword Duke Larange. Obviously on the front you can see this is the Extreme Battle Ducks. So this is what these 4 are, or 5 are for. And then obviously you have the 2 vehicles to look at for. I've not seen a Turbo Wing for sale yet, so that'll probably be a hard one to get. So then we move into this card, and obviously this is the Spy Squad one. Obviously KB Toys, I think that's American toy, so this shows you where half of these come from. Always seem to have Wild Wing as the figure, even though that isn't the one that I bought. I don't have the Wild Wing for this, I don't have the Grin for this, and I don't have the Speed Climber Duke. I do have this guy, but obviously this carback was put in, and it has the aero wing, which is the other vehicle. So as you see, this is the legs I've got and the gloves. But the thing it did see, there is what looks like a mask over his face and a gun. I've seen a figure, and I possibly will have one on its way, but I don't have these two bits. So this is where I need all these reference stuff. And I say, hopefully these videos, once I've done them and completed each of these figures, I can share with you all, and you can see, like, you know, what it is involved with. So as I then tilt the camera, you will see a rough overview of everything I have, going down to the vehicle there, going up there. So I've got quite a few figures, as we say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I want to say there's 26 or 27, obviously not including this guy here because he is a knockoff. I don't plan to get many knockoffs. I have seen another nosedive knockoff, but yeah, I'm not invested in that yet. But overall, a really good line. Obviously, this is year 1. Good to have that. Hopefully, year 2, I'll have more or less a complete set. But thank you for joining me for this Mighty Ducks year 1 review. I've been Cypher Sigma Screen Time. Hopefully, you had a good year, and hopefully, you have a good 2024.